everyone, here's a quick little video on solving log equations. I know that we've kind of already done this before, but these are going to be your more complex examples. So, the first one, once my pen will work. Okay, so we're going to solve log base 2 of x is equal to 8. These types of equations, these are going to be the easiest ones that you'll ever have. All you have to do is convert this to exponential. So our base is 2, our exponent is 8, and it's equal to our argument, which is x. So you just type in your calculator, hit the 2, hit the caret, hit 8, hit enter. And you get x is equal to 256. And just like that, you are done with that problem. Alright, next one. Log base 64 of x is equal to 1/3. So just like the first problem, we're going to convert it to exponential. So our base is 64, our exponent is 1/3, and that's equal to x. So you can type in your calculator, hit 64, caret, 1 divided by 3, hit enter, and you get x is equal to 4. Okay, a little bit about the 1/3. I know a lot of my kids in my class, they kind of forgot about the In-N-Out burger. But so just so you remember, anytime you have something raised to a fraction, you're taking a certain root. So we have 64 on the inside. The power on the outside is the power on bottom. That's your out. So the third root. And power up top is your in. So 64 to the first power. So 64 to the 1/3 is the same thing as taking the cubed root of 64. Make sure you remember your In-N-Out burgers. That's kind of important. Alright, next one. We got log base 2 of x minus 2 equals log base 2 of 5. So for these types of problems, we have two logs that are set equal to each other. Since they have the same base, we can set our exponents, or not our exponents, sorry about that. We can set our arguments equal to each other. So x minus 2 has to equal 5. And then we're just going to solve for x. So in order to do that, I have to add 2 to both sides. So that'll cancel. So x equals 7. Okay. Number 4. Log base 64 of x squared equals log base 64 of 16. Again, we have two logs that equal to each other and they both have the same base. So that means our arguments must be set equal to each other. So x squared has to equal 16. And so we know that in order to solve this, we have to take the square root of both sides. Once it works, okay? So square root of both sides, because the square root and the square undo each other. So x is equal to 4. Okay? If you have any questions so far, feel free to stop this video and then rewind and listen to whatever it is that you need to listen to. Alright, example 5. We got log base 4 of 4 squared equals x. So in order to solve for that, yes, of course, you can put it into your calculator just like you see it and you'll get an answer. Or, if you want to use your logs, you can just take your base. Our base is 4, raise it to your exponent of x, and it has to equal your argument, so it has to equal 4 squared. Okay, now looking back right here, we have the same base of 4, which means then our exponents have to be the same. So we can set our exponents equal to each other. So x is equal to 2, and just like that, you are done. Alright, next one, log base 4 of 4 to the 2x plus 1 is equal to 7. So just like our last example, we're going to take and convert it to exponential form. So we have 4 to the 7th is equal to 4 to the 2x plus 1. Okay, again, now we have the same base, so set our exponents equal to each other. So 7 equals 2x plus 1, and now we want to solve for x. So I got to subtract 1, Oops, that's a 1, sorry. So 6 is equal to 2x. Divide by 2. So x equals 3. Okay. Again, if you have any questions so far, just go ahead and stop this video, rewind, and rewatch. Alright, these are going to be the most tricky problems. So example 7. We have 3 times 2.5 to the x equals 30. So for these problems, what you have to do is you first have to get the exponential by itself. So our exponential is 2.5 to the x. So in order to get rid of that 3, I'm going to have to divide. So I have 2.5 to the x is equal to 30 divided by 3, which is 10. Alright, the next part. In order for me to solve for the exponent for the x, I have to convert from exponential form to log form. So I'm going to have log base 2.5 of 10 is equal to x. And then I can plug that into my calculator. So hit math, alpha math, base 2.5 of 10. Hit enter. And we're on 3 decimal places. So I get x is equal to 2.513. Okay. Alright, so first we gotta divide, get the exponential by itself, then convert to log form, then solve for x. Alright, next one, example 8. We got 10 times 2 to the 0.2x equals 300. Again, I have to get my exponential by itself first. So I'm going to divide by 10. So I get 2 to the 0.2x is equal to 300 divided by 10 is 30. Alright, second step is to convert to log form. So I have log base 2 of 30 is equal to, not x this time, it's 0.2x. Alright, and then we gotta solve for x. So the last step I need to do is divide by 0.2. Once my pen works, there we go. So x is equal to log base 2 of 30 divided by 0.2. And then I'm going to type this into my calculator. So I'm going to do math alpha math, log base 2 of 30. I'm going to hit enter and divide it by 0.2. Oops. Delete that and then hit enter. And I get 24.534. That's it. Okay, that's as hard as it's going to get. So if you can do these, you're golden. If not, just make up some numbers, throw it together, and no matter what, it'll work. So just try it out. Alright, our last example, we're going to simplify and leave as a log. So we have 3 log base 2 of 5 minus log base 2 of 25. So the first thing you can do before you simplify is you have to take your coefficients and move them back to being exponents. So for example, we have the 3 right here in front of the log. Really that 3 is an exponent on the 5, so it has to move back. So that means we have log base 2 of 5 cubed minus log base 2 of 25. Now if say there was a number right here in front of this one, for some reason my pen doesn't like this today. Okay, if there's a number right there, then you would move that back also on top of the 25. But there's not, it's just a 1, so we don't have to do it. Alright, next thing, I'm subtracting. So if I'm subtracting, that means I'll divide. So I have log base 2 of 5 cubed divided by 25. Okay, and then since I'm simplifying, I can type in my calculator 5 cubed, hit enter, divided by 25, and I get that's 5. So my final answer is log base 2 of 5. Okay. Alright, if you have any questions on any of this, feel free to rewind, watch the video again, or ask your teacher. Come ask me. Hope this helps.